Welcome to Gordo's Games. It's Gordo here bringing you some Digimon TCG content, and today we're bringing you a deck profile. It's not one of mine. For once, I'm not rambling about a deck that I made and have done nothing with because I don't get the chance to take part in many tournaments. I spend more time hosting, which is always fun. Today it is from the charity event that was hosted by myself and Team Crithit, our first place winner, Gran OTK. We're joined here by Ben Cook. So let's go into the little setup here and give an introduction. Alright, here we go. There we go. You can see there we have it all in place. So, we are here today with Cookie, Ben Cook, Bundan. He is named by very many names, but generally it is our first place winner of our big charity event. How are we doing today, Cookie?
I'm all good, all good.
So, we're going to be going through your first place deck, which you piloted and went, is it 5 rounds, was it? 5-0 you went?
6 now.
6-0. So if you want to talk us through the deck, however you want to go through it, and then I might throw some more questions to hear as we go along. But let's see what took the top spot.
So hardest decision was the eggs. Playing green, we've got so many good eggs. I went with 3 Budmon, 1 Tanamon. In respect, Budmon great in theory, but you're digibursting it away 90% of the time, so you're not really getting the value. And Tanamon is nice just for when you digivolve into something, gain the extra K, poke over. And we move on to the rookies. So we run 2 of the vanilla Argamon, because every deck needs vanillas, just to allow you to turbo.
Very true.
4 of the Goblimon.
My OCD would have kicked in here at this point. I mean, I would have gone 3 and 3 just for my OCD's sake.
No. And then we go MVP when you're playing against blue, 2 Terriermon. Love that card. Saves you so many times because yellow likes to have lots of little memory gainy effects. People forget about it and they drop a Pulsemon. Pulsemon does nothing for them. It's lovely. Lalamon, 2 of, because you digiburst it away and it comes back to you. Then the pricey card of the rookies, the Palmons. Luckily I got these cheap, but they're whole OTK enabler, giving Grankuwaga jamming, because the amount of times you want to swing with 11k, then you get melted for a security check, and it makes you very sad.
This is true.
And then to allow you to turbo, you've got 4 of the Vegemon. It's nice when you happen to not pull a rookie. 4 drop, 6,000 DP. I've seen a lot of people running Roachmon, but Roachmon, if you come up against Needhogmon, is useless, whereas Vegemon's not. 1 copy of Woodmon. Before the tournament, I made a last minute call to cut 1 Woodmon, and I'll show you what for when we get to it. 4 of the 1 cost blocker. It's nice to use as a blocker, but to be honest, it's more of a building step.
Yeah.
As most 1 cost Evos are now. And then 2 of the booster Kabuterimon, just for if they've got something suspended, gaining that extra 1,000. It can be quite nice when you do eventually reach Chaosmon and they've got something else suspended on the board. Allows you to poke over opposing Chaosmons. So that's it for the 3s and 4s. I'll move them to one side so we have room. Then we go 4 of the Digisorption Blossommon. It basically, you just acts as a freebie, and if you go into Needhog, you can go from rookie into Needhog with just 1 memory, because you go Vegemon, tap it to go into Blossommon, Needhog on top, blow up board, make opponents very sad out of nowhere. 1 copy of the Argamon. Finally managed to get my hands on one of the tournament packs.
Okay, flex spot here.
Yeah, if we could run more, I would, but obviously we're not allowed because.
I don't know. I like this. I like the Blossom over the Argamon just because of the 7k. It's Argo dies to War Grey.
Yeah, very true. Argo does die to War Grey, but just putting a rookie out on board can be massive. Like especially if you're managed to do it with a Grankuwaga and that you've not bursted this away, and then a Chaos Mon, you can effectively put 2 rookies on board to put pressure on. And then 4 of the Lynamon, sorry, I'm tempted to cut 2 of them for Lilymons, because Lilymons are just inherently cheaper to drop, cheaper to digivolve, does similar thing but without having digiburst.
See, I've said this to people. People don't agree with me. I just think Lilymon's still a good solid card. Yeah, sure, it's when you attack, but if you're playing a deck where you're going to attack, why not?
Yeah, Lilymon is very good, and it's got a better inheritable, because this one you have to have a tamer in play to use it.
Yes, it's just obviously the Lilymon's situationally good. I mean,
Yeah.
if we go for your matches, she did save you bacon there, I guess.
Yeah, Lylon did save me a good few times. It just allows you to kind of tap the blocker to enable you to just rip apart someone's security. So that's it for the level 5s, and we move on to the 6s. So 4 of the Grankuwaga, what the deck's based around, it's a brilliant card, and the amount of times you can bait blockers with it, so you just burst 2 away and swing. Everyone's like, why has he done that? They'll block it, and then you go into Chaos Mon move. They'll block it. You digiburst again, go into Chaos, and then get the full checks that way.
I like it.
That's come up a good few times. And then what I cut the wood bomb for was a Bancho. This was just in case of Imperial or Megazoo. I didn't end up playing either, so Bancho didn't really come up too much. However, if you ever do get in a situation where you have to hard drop a 5, you don't feel like you're getting absolute 0 value out of it, because everything else has digiburst and you can't use their effects, so they're effectively just expensive vanillas. 2 copies of Needhogmon. This is the saviour of the deck. Being able to go into it for free if you have got hidden potential. I can see why hidden potential got banned, well, restricted.
Yeah, I was looking at this, and to be honest, the logic behind it is HPD needed to be restricted. Argonon, I think they did it more so you couldn't have a free level 5 range, because you could almost go 8 things with Digizorbs, so you were guaranteed to have a free Digivolve up on level 5. So I think that was why it got hit. And the Inherit.
Yeah, I can understand it. I think if they ever do revisit it, I think Argamon might come back to 2. But HPD is definitely staying at 1 as long as Needhogmon exists. And then very top end we go 3 Chaos Mons, the green and black one. This again enables you just swing with 3 checks, Grankuwagamon into Chaos Mon, through a threat, another 3 checks, so even if they've recovered 1 turn 1, which I know some Megazoo decks like to do, they can still end up on 0 security as long as you don't hit any of them pesky options.
So all in all, a very solid list. And what were your routes?
So main route was it was all to do with assessing the board, but most importantly it was kind of having Palmon early, Palmon and then one of the 1 cost level 4s on top of it in raising. Bring it out, you can either, if your opponent's not playing overly aggressive, you can just go 3 in raising and just kind of wait and then see your options on whatever level 6 kind of suits you best. But if you do see Grankuwaga, and if you digivolve Grankuwaga and then happen to draw into a Chaos Mon, you're laughing because you're getting maximum value and clearing a big threat off board.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's a big threat.
And then the non-Digimon cards, the ones that saved my absolute bacon, are 2 copies of Needle Spray. In the final game against Yellow War Grey, I was staring down, so it was 1-1, staring down complete loss, just because they were just flooding the board. Happened to hit that as my final security check, tapped their only active attacker, He did have 6 memory, so I could have lost to Ibushi, but he just didn't have it, and then it just allowed me to revenge kill. So I had a few bodies on board. 3 copies of Mimi. I still think, up until we get the dual tamers, the best tamer we've got, especially because it just allows you to just fill the board. If you get someone to do 2 checks first turn and they activate 2 Mimis, which I have had happen, it effectively acts like a hybrid for green.
Yeah.
As long as you've got that 5 on board, which this deck you can get to 5 so easily.
I guess that's going to be great for you when the hybrids come out for green, though, because as soon as you ran through all your eggs with Mimi, she's basically useless at that point.
Yeah, definitely. So late game, if you have used all your eggs, Mimi does become an absolute brick in your hand. We've got the 1 copy in potential, but yeah, when we do get the hybrids, I think there's one with piercing that's coming out. Hybrid with piercing. Yeah, it's 3 cost to evolve level 4. However, 7k with piercing. You've got the Mimi in play. You're getting the 3 at the start of the turn anyway. Seems quite nice.
Yeah, no, I think that's going to be a scary. The aggression there, because how much green pushes out, and how much it can cycle through its eggs. Then to have extra things it can play off the tamers. Yeah, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, like what we are getting the tamer that allows you to kind of recycle digi eggs, but I just don't see enough value in it. I don't think enough games are going long to be able to fully see the value in that.
No, and plus you won't want to run that one along with Mimi, because you're going to cycle through them too quick, and then you're going to play her after, and then Mimi's going to do the work all over again. So it's counterproductive.
Yeah, it is completely counterproductive. Green doesn't get a lot of love after the next set. People are saying there's nothing for green in BT5. However, if you look at the common Palmon that's coming out, that's going to enable this strategy so much more. It's on deletion, add 1 card with Palmon under one of your stacks. So hello to jamming with a Grankuwaga again.
Nice.
Just allows you to kind of add back. And so yeah, that'll probably be replacing probably the Lalamons, because I just don't get on with Lalamon. And then we also get, I think it's Weedmon, which when Digibursted away gain a memory, and it's a 1-step Evo, so it just kind of makes the deck even scarier and more memory efficient.
Yeah, that's some good additions to it. So BT5, this could be still a strong contender, basically.
Yeah, so UK meta had, the Japanese meta had no lists for Grankuwaga in BT4 because they didn't have access to the anniversary Palmons. And if you look on meta decks, there are actually some green lists that came out purely because that Palmon existed, and all of them are abusing that Palmon and the Weedmons. So we get a couple of little bits, and you also get a slightly more controlly aspect if you want with Reflegimon.
Yeah, that seems like an interesting card. I mean, we're getting those cards now which digivolve for level 5, or you can digivolve it for 1 for level 6. So nice, interesting text to extend your draw power as they go through the game.
Yeah, definitely. So the only thing I would say about this deck is, since adding the Bancho and dropping the Woodmon, if I have ever bricked, it has been on level 4s. But any deck can brick unless it's Megazoo. So
I mean, even that bricks, trust me, been there.
How do you brick when everything's hard drop?
How do you play at level 7?
Yeah, I suppose.
When you've only got things that are 14 to play, at least 14 to play, or 15, how am I supposed to do anything? They can't even pass to me and I play it.
Very true.
So it happens, trust me. So let's go through rounds quick. So what did you play through each round? So I know your final round was Yellow War Grey to take the final win. What did you play for the first few rounds?
So first round was against a purple deck, so Purple Metal Garuru, which can be quite scary. However, I managed to polish it off quite quickly because I saw full combo first game, and then I didn't see full combo but got Grankuwaga out early, and purple just has no recovery.
Yeah.
So, kind of, they were just massively at a disadvantage. Second round, I believe it was, I faced a mirror matchup that was a slightly more Needhog heavy deck.
And how did you fare with that
However,
one?
so that one was interesting. It was 2-1 to me in the end. However, kind of had to be a lot more careful because they were also playing the Hercules Kabuteru.
Oh, so they weren't playing necessarily the Green OTK. They were playing a mixture of very control green, Nidhogg and
Yeah, they
Hercule.
were. Yeah, they were playing a lot more control green. However, I was playing with how I don't like to be played, which is kill everything as soon as it gets level 5. Don't let it hit level 6.
Yeah, that's
And
basically
also,
it.
and also knowing Needhog, just kind of, even if it's not quite as memory efficient, just try not to leave anything on the board that's in Needhog range, because making your opponent kind of go, well, that's the only level 6 I've got, I don't want him to destroy me, have to waste a Needhog by dropping it because it's on Digivolve to it, and then getting maybe tucking 1 or 2 cards off it instead of a board. Kind of, you just end up generating an advantage off that.
Oh, it makes sense.
I did get a buy in one of the rounds. I was actually scheduled to face who was currently undefeated as well, and got very lucky with a buy. I have no idea what deck they were playing, but I was reading in the chat that unfortunately they had to drop just before the round.
Don't worry, we won't hold it against you. You earned the victory there. You stuck it out. It was a long day.
Yeah, I played. I think it was. I played 2 yellow decks in total on the day,
Both
and
War Grey?
yeah, both war grey lists, both very similar. Um, if Agumon got banned, all I'm going to say is why has Angel Woman not been limited yet? That thing is evil. That and Slash. It only one of them needs to get hit because it doesn't need to be massively taken down. I just think it needs a slight hit to it, like being able to just pop out pulse mons, get their on play effects, the recovery patamons, um, the Bushiagumons, like the yellow threes they've got are so versatile, and all of them are actually pretty decent. Even coughing out Salamons to threaten recovery the turn after. It's it's a difficult deck to play around, and just kind of you've got to. It involves a lot of counting when you're playing green against yellow war grey, because it's just kind of like how much DP can they actually remove next turn? Am I in range?
Yeah, that's just
Of
it.
like so like War Growl Slash and Chaos Valder is the single most disgusting play they can do, because there's not many boards that have got that much DP to not be completely wiped out by that.
This is very true. But I mean, all in all, those things you can say about those things you want them to be banned, but you still beat them.
I did.
With
I
with
have
with ban
played.
list in effect to hold green back, you still beat yellow.
Yeah, I just think kind of the consistency and balancing the meta would appreciate from the Angelman being dropped to 1.
No, I have heard this a few times to be honest, and it's within reason. Obviously, yellow is very dominant at the moment. It's played an awful lot, which is why it seems to be dominant. So I can confirm from that tournament there, from the top 16 cut, there was only 2 green decks in it, and one was your OTK one, and the other was a green Ceresmon Nidhogg variant. And there was 8 yellow decks in total. I think one of them was a Mastimon deck though, not a yellow war grey. That was Mario's yellow, red, purple, white. Yeah,
Mario's hash deck.
I mean that thing was amazing. It was the rainbow deck. I just love to see the stack changing colour. But
Yeah,
all in all, played absolute blinder, and obviously we have got some footage of the videos of the games there. the last game especially, if anybody was to watch that, I highly recommend it. It's very well played. Yes, we'll put it down to a little bit of blind luck there in that security, but that is the beauty of this game, ain't that right, Cookie? RNG of that
Yeah,
security.
yeah. RNG of the security. It's like the eternal green player struggle of, do I play flower cannons or do I play needle sprays? And needle sprays is just better because it adds to hand.
Yes, I do. I do think that now. I mean, if you are running into it and you want to run more of it, if you would consider running 4 needle sprays, I would just opt to go 2 flowers, 2 needles, if anything. But if you're only running one of the two, I think needle is generally good on the basis of you get to spend anything, including a blocker, because sometimes they'll throw down a blocker so the flower cannon's not live, and you get to pin
Yeah.
that. And I think that's what happened to yours, wasn't it? There was it was a blocker that you pinned.
Yes, yeah, it was a blocker I pinned to do multiple checks that just kind of saves you, and so the needle spray was only vital to save me the turn before because I actually had one in hand.
Yeah.
So I would have been able to tap his blocker if he didn't finish me off that turn anyway. However, I needed it to not get taken out the turn before.
Yeah, and you had the Lilamon in the stat in Razor anyway, so you could have Digiburst to just suspend as well. So you had a lot of ways to pin the board afterwards, but it was just the coming out of security just to stop one of their last attacks.
Yeah, because after he hit the needle spray, he actually still had 6 memory left.
Mm-hmm.
So I was obviously worried about the Bushi or worried about recovery. However, upon seeing, I think it's Gary Chan's list, who was my opponent.
Yes.
After seeing his list, he doesn't actually run masses of recovery in it, but clearly it works because I found out after this event that he actually came second in the Premier event the day before.
Yes, he's been doing some good work in the last couple of tournaments he's been in. Shout out to Gary there. But thank you for jumping on here today and going through the list. As I said, you played an absolute blinder of a tournament. For anybody who does want to catch some of the videos, I will be clipping some and dropping some on here shortly afterwards. But there you have it. First place, Green OTK. All this stuff about banning yellow, let's ignore that because green can still beat it. Let's ban some more green. Let's ban some more green.
Let's not.
You know, let's make red good again. I mean, give me some red back. Give me some good stuff.
Make Ancient Grey viable, please.
I mean, it's playable. Who played it? I think he went in at 3-2. Obviously, Paul from Team Crithit, he took it. I think he ended up going 3-2 in the end. So he played a few good, strong games with it. Then I think he just bubbled towards the end a little bit. So it did a bit of work. It's just, is it top quality meta? Is it gonna take tournaments? I mean, it can take them by surprise. Like, I think Ancient Grey.
It's a good rogue deck. It's a good rogue deck.
Exactly, it's like Dan Devi purple. That's a good strong road deck. Whereas Ancient Greymont's actually really good against that deck because the whole thing is you can't poke Dan Devi. Whereas in that matchup, it just runs straight through it. Doesn't care if it's going to take one of its security. So I guess there are still things to come along in this set, and obviously we've only got a short set this one before BT5, and that's when it's all going to get crazy. We know that for fact. I mean, if you're not a fan of Omni, go home.
You've still got Armageddon on.
I mean, I'll say it now. You will see me main in that deck, without doubt. I will take it to tournaments. I don't care if it's tier 2. I will take it and I will aim to win. No doubt.
And it only gets better when that EXE set drops and we get that Diabora on.
I mean, I'm 50-50 that Diabora. I mean, it's a nice card. I like its effects. All your Diabora on your turn become blockers. From security, allows you to play a token.
Yeah, allows you to play a Diabora token that if you do that, you can just spam straight into Armageddon on the
so I like
turn
it.
After.
I don't know if I think the only place it would swap out a spot for, because most decks only run like one of the promo Diabora, which I know is now gone up in price and everybody's after because BT5's on the horizon. But you only need one of that in the deck. It's not really a focus point. It's more of a case of a late game. If I've got a few tokens out and if I can get one out, swing for big security checks. Happy days. It's one of those.
Yeah, I've seen some lists are running 2.
Yeah, I mean I have 2 just for the sake of having 2.
I have 1 and my locals still have tournament pack 1, my IRL locals, so fingers
Nice.
crossed to pull in another one.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to start coming to your locals.
Yeah, you're not far away.
No, I'm on the list to go to a few. Still got to go. Tom's still got me wanting to go to his over in Birmingham, which is not a locals. I don't understand why he keeps calling. It's like, this is our local. It's like, no, we have one in this town centre. That's a lot closer. But okay, sure. But
Yeah.
off topic, go back off to it. Thank you for stopping by on this one, Cookie, and obviously going through the list. It's, like I said, well played to you, and you earned your rewards as well, taking the first place map, and also winning on one of the raffles you jammy get.
Yep. You can never own too many mats.
I've clearly not. Winnie's getting one of those. I take it. Team Crithit one.
Maybe.
Can't give her the championship map one, can you?
Oh no.
No.
Not a chance. She got to earn it.
All right. So from my side of things here at Gordo Games, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the profile with me here and Cookie. I'll be showing the content on the channel as I go along, so feel free to check that out. And stop by at the Discord for some of our locals on Thursdays and Sundays. And keep in mind, we will be looking to do some prize tournaments going forward as well. Catch you all later.